welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're just gonna be talking about which shift is better, day shift, night shift, 8 to 5 clinic. Like, there's so many options in nursing, and a lot of new grads are like, I don't know which shift to work, I don't know what's better, they don't know the tea, what can go on these floors, so we're gonna talk about that today. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize because I drank so much coffee today and did not eat, so I'm super hyper and all over the place in this video. Ignore my hair. I know I need to take my braids out. Like, we're not even gonna discuss that. Just mind your business. So just to give you a little bit of background, I currently work Monday through Friday, kind of like a 8:30 to 5, 8:30 to 4:30. I see patients in clinic when I have to, but I can majority of the time I can work from home. So that is like really different. It's due to COVID and things like that. I don't have to go in unless I really need to. So that's been really good. It's a bit of an adjustment, but I like it because I can get a lot of stuff done while I'm at home plus work. So I don't know, I just love that. But I have a long background. I started as a tech, was an LPN, then was an RN. So I have a lot of different shifts. I've done home health, I've done, inpatient care, as all those three roles, night shift and day shift. I've worked 3 to 11, I've worked 6 to 2, I've worked 6 to 6, 7P to 7A, 7A to 7P, 6A to 6P, you name it, I've worked it. So I have a lot of insight into, the pros and cons of kind of night shift versus day shift, 5 days a week versus the 3 days, and different things like that. So it pretty much comes down to, I would say, your personality type, what you're looking for, like what works for you, and like just how much how much money you would like to make, and different things like that. So let's start with night shift, because that was what I was most recently on. When I was in Louisiana as an LPN and an RN, I worked nights majority of the time. And then when I moved to Houston, I initially took a day job on a med-surg unit for a few years. And recently I just left night shift to get to my new research job. So I was in night shift for another like 2 years on an oncology med-surg unit. So I like night shift. There are so many pros to night shift, but I think the cons are like really big. The biggest pro for night shift is obviously you make more money. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like, you're just going to get paid more for that inconvenience that you're putting on your body and mind. So it makes a big difference. It's several $100s a paycheck. Plus, if you work overtime and things like that, it adds up. Like, it's a lot of money. So if that's one of the things you're thinking about, I need to make more money without like getting a second job or working too much overtime, you better hop on that night shift. You better get these coins. So, that's one of the biggest things. Another thing is, if you're not really a people person, like you don't like management, this is too much noise, like this person is in your face, that person, you need to just hop on that night shift, because management is gone. Some places have a night manager, but most of the time they don't. And if they do, they're not there like the entire night. They might leave at like 11 or 1 or have a meeting or whatnot. And then it's not like, the doctors and teams aren't making rounds, the therapy isn't there, dietary has already passed their last, meal for the day. All this hustle and bustle that happens during the day is not happening at night shift. It is, a lot more quieter in that sense. Especially like, you get your people settled, you pass your meds, by 10 p.m. all kinds of people are gone, so you will have to deal with less people, I will say, working on night shift. So that could be a pro for some people, like that attracts them to that job. So if you are interested in making more money and you don't really like to deal with a lot of people, night shift is for you. Now, I'm looking down because I have my little list. Big con of night shift, the biggest one, is your sleep deprivation and like your circadian rhythm. So we all have a natural circadian rhythm. We established that as kids, you know, you get your sleep schedule. We're meant to be sleeping at night. Like that's just the normal, you know, thing. So you're going to have sleeping problems. Just everyone does that I've talked to on night shift. Some people, you know, have to take sleeping pills or Benadryl, melatonin, all kinds of different things. You know, it's harder and you're going to be sleep deprived because, you know, you may work your 3 nights a week, but those other 4, like let's say you work Monday, Tuesday, and then like Friday. So that Monday, you either need to catch some sleep during the day, and then you get off Tuesday and Wednesday. You get off Monday, you need to sleep before you're going to work. So here's how I would do it. I would probably go to sleep all night Sunday, but wake up super early Monday morning at like 5 or 6, do some stuff, and then I would take a nap by like from like 12 to 4 or something like that. That worked for me better than staying up all night like Sunday night before. It just seemed like I felt more rested or something like that. So that's how I would always do my first night back. I'd wake up super early that morning and then take a nap before work. And that was just me. Some people like to stay up all night. Do whatever works for you. So let's say Tuesday, I work Tuesday night too, and then Wednesday morning, hopefully I don't have like any appointments or anything. If I have a doctor's appointment or something, I'm either gonna schedule it first thing in the morning, like 8, or I'm gonna schedule it at like 3:34 so I can get some sleep. So, but I usually like to get all my errands and stuff done, and sometimes I don't go to sleep on my days off until like noon. I'll sleep from like noon to 5 or something like that. The goal is to try to get up and not sleep all night. Or I've done that before when I'm exhausted though. I have slept like, I've gone to bed at like 12 p and then woken up at like 11 p.m. or 12 or something, and then like taking another nap from like 5 a.m. to like 9 a.m. So your sleep schedule can be all over the freaking place. But I will say that day before and that day after are counting towards your sleep. Like you have to dedicate some time to sleep unless you're gonna be like a zombie. Like I've done that before, like gotten off in the morning and I've had stuff to do and I have stayed up all day and like crashed by like 7 p.m. It's doable. It's not the healthiest thing. So that's something to think about on night shift. If you don't want to get your rhythm all messed up, if you don't want to sacrifice your sleep and rest, go ahead and pick that day shift. And you know, other things like night shift, they'll always want to schedule, you know, your unit meetings or this meeting at like 10 a.m. or like 3 p.m. Since I'm still sleeping at 3 p.m., like if I have to work tonight, you don't have to catch me another time. Or like right when you get off at like 7:30, sometimes I'm ready to go. Like I do not have time for like an hour meeting. There's always someone long-winded in those, like absolutely not. So that's one thing I hated about night shift, like fitting in these meetings or going to like skills fair or this and that. Child, the time I don't. So another con about night shift is, you know how I said like there's not a lot of people. Same thing, you know, certain doctors are on call for night and it's probably not the primary. It'll be like, you know, your nurse practitioner for the night or your doctor on call for the night who doesn't normally see the patient, you know. And so it's harder to get orders and things from them. You know, you have to give the whole like rundown the history. They don't know the patient. They're like, oh, I don't know if I need to order this. Let's just wait for the day team in the morning to order this. And you're like, dude, no, can I get like a CT or something, like an EKG, something, give me some kind of order. So that's kind of a battle you have to deal with that night, is like advocating for the patient and getting orders done. It's not always like that, but it can be a lot like that. And daytime, it's super easier to get these things. So here's some of the pros of day shift. Number one, there is a lot more people and a lot more staff, and it's easier to get these helps because doctors are rounding and their team is rounding, and like, you know, your patients, what doctors and whatnot, especially after working their round, a while, like you run into the room and you'll be like, oh, can I get this? Can I get this? Or like they're always, you know, on the unit or by the phone. It's just like way easier to message them and communicate things and get things done like off your list. Like usually a lot of times when I work nights, I'll have like a little list. Hey, night team didn't want to take care of this, so take care of these 3 things before I come back tonight, because the day team is going to be a lot easier. And like vice versa, when I worked, you know, day shift, night people would be like, hey, these things need to be addressed today with the team, and I would get them done. So that is like one big pro I liked about working day shift. It's just the team is just always there. Like I could get anything taken care of. A con for me for a day shift, because I just cannot take people and noise, is also more people. It's not just about like, you know, the doctors or teams. Let's say you're going to be having speech therapists, physical therapy, occupational therapy. You're going to be having, you know, dietary coming in. You're going to be having diabetic educators. You're going to have, you know, the skin check people, all kinds of regulatory. Your managers are going to be, hey, have you done this? Have you done this? They're going to be looking at you. Oh, child. Case management. Oh my God. My old job, med-surg, we would have a daily case management, like little, they called it MDDR rounds. That was just a waste of my time some of the times, and I literally would just be like, can I go do something else, because y'all are holding me up. Like, so it's different things like that that could be a hassle, especially no shade, like therapists, especially. I worked on like a half med surge, half like physical rehab, so a lot of the time this side would have like therapy throughout the day, and like their schedule, working with our medication schedule, I swear the doctor wrote QID and TID meds for everybody, like Colace 3 times a day, Megaze 4 times a day, like anything. Oh my God, those, I do not miss that. And so, you know, everybody was diabetic, but, you know, speech therapy would come in and want to work with the people and feed them, and, you know, wouldn't communicate, hey, I'm going to feed them, or would like take them off to their office, and you're like, where's my patient so I can check their blood sugar? Girl, the speech therapist done gave them the whole meal, so blood sugar sky high, they just gonna have to get this insulin. Like little things like that would drive me crazy. Like the communication, you'd have to go find your patient. They're all the way in therapy. You know, therapy was like on the 2nd floor. We work on the 4th floor. Heaven forbid they have a code there, because you got to run down and get to your patient. Oh my God, just a hot mess. So that is something to be said about day shift. If you know, don't really like a lot of people, don't really like to coordinate with a lot of people, don't really like to go like find your patient here, you know, a lot more people, the family may take them somewhere, you know, when it was normal pre-COVID, they may go for a walk if they could walk, they may go here or there. So you're always like trying to find the patient or trying to coordinate with someone with what you have to do throughout the day. It's not just you having to do something. Like kind of at night, we have a set kind of schedule. You come in, it's more easygoing, which is a plus. You know, they don't have breakfast, lunch, dinner, therapy. This needs to be done, that needs to be done. It's kind of like, let's get their meds in, get their assessment, maybe if they need to take a bath or something, and let's shut this down by like 10, 11 p.m. period. Like go to bed, you know. So in that sort of sense, is not like that many people on night shift and vice versa with day shift. But a common misconception is that night shift is not busy. I will say this, not all nights are busy. Some nights are cool, easy going, everybody slept, nobody is on the call light, you know, it's just like not chaotic. Some nights, the complete opposite, pure chaos. It only takes one patient. It really does. Like someone's blood pressure isn't right, they need to be on fluids, pressors, they need to, you know, be sent to ICU, someone's throwing up, someone's, you know, going to the bathroom 24/7, someone doesn't feel right, you gotta call a code. Like literally there's so many things. Somebody could just, you know, sometimes the patients just don't sleep, like they're not comfortable, and when they don't sleep, guess what, they're just gonna call. They're gonna call for random things. They're gonna find something to do. So there is that common misconception. Nights can be very busy. I've had some nights where it's just like I have not sat down, drank water, ate. It's almost 4 a.m. Like, it's just what is going on, and you will have those nights. So be prepared. It's not just going to be an easy cakewalk. You know, you still need to be on your P's and Q's, but it is more like you don't have to like jump in and go. Some shifts are like that. Like at the beginning of the shift, you just gotta jump in there. But more often than none, it's gonna be kind of easy going. But it just kind of depends on what's kind of going on too. And I've seen a lot of talk with day shift gets more admits, night shift gets the admits. It depends on where you work, because my med surg job, I work days, we took a lot of the admits. But when I switched to oncology, it was night shift that took a lot of the admits. And you know, different admit processes are like better, different. It just kind of depends. So it just kind of depends on where you work, if you're going to be taking the grunt of the admits, because that's a huge issue. I know when I worked day shift, it was always like discharge, boom, someone from ER is coming up, they need a bed. It was like a huge, very high turnover rate. At my oncology job, it kind of just depended on what was going on in the clinics, who's going to be referred to start chemo, what's going on in the EC. Sometimes it would be like, boom, we got like 6 discharges and we don't have any more patients coming in. So it would be like, I don't know, like 8, 9 p.m. all of a sudden ER is filling up. That's when we get those patients. So it kind of just depends on what's going on. But mostly day shift is going to get a lot of, especially like a med surg unit, it's going to be like day shift. Let me look at my list, because I have a lot, like I have a lot written down. I sometimes just kind of can go with the flow, but this is a lot of information. Which do I prefer? I think naturally I'm a night owl. Like I like being up at night, but I just can't hang anymore. Like I was so excited after in 2019 to go back to nights. I was like, oh, I cannot wait. I'm tired of all this chaos during the day. I'm tired of having to like deal with all these people. I was so ready. About a year into working nights again, I was like, baby, get me off this night shift. I could not hang. I'm falling asleep. I just want to sleep. Like, this is too much. But, you know, naturally, I'm a night person. But anytime I work day shift, I'm like happy. Like I do my little 3 days and I have my normal sleep schedule. You know, you do miss stuff with either shift. I feel like you miss more with night shift, again, because you have to like sleep a little bit before your shift or sleep a little bit after or just be a zombie. I feel like it's not safe to like not be sleeping and you have to go to work. So there is that to be taken into consideration. Day shift, you may miss stuff, but you can like pop in after work if you still have, you know, time or something. Bring your clothes to work and change real quick. Or like you can still like go grab a drink, go grab dinner, go out if you have that energy, if you didn't have like a bad shift or whatever, but you can push through. But night shift is way harder to navigate like your social life, I feel like. And then I feel like if you work like a 5-day a week, I feel like normal business hours are better. Like I know some people that work like 10p to 6a or something like that. I couldn't do that like 5 days a week. Absolutely not. Like kudos to you if you are doing that. If I work night shift, it's gonna have to be the 3 shifts a week. I can't do 5 night shifts throughout the week. It's just hard to like maintain a social life, I feel like, and that's very important. Your time, your social life is important. Money, all money ain't good money. I will always say that all money is not good money, which I need to make a video about travel nursing and money and stuff like that. I need to get with a few of my travel nurse friends because I haven't done it. I've applied for it and things like that. I thought about it, but I'm just like, you know, travelers get like the worst assignments, and it's just I don't like to be bebopping around on units because like I don't get along well with a lot of people, vice versa, all their different personalities. I'm gonna just be honest, no, it's not for me. But anyways, that's a whole separate topic. That's something else. I got off track. This video is kind of all over the place because I just felt like sitting down and talking about it because it was on my mind, because someone asked me recently, how's it going in research? And I was like, you know, it's going good. And they were like, how's it adjusting back from night shift? And I was like, I feel amazing. Like finally, I don't feel like that fogginess. If you work night shift, you know about that, like fogginess and drain, and you kind of never know what day it is. Like, it's just different. It's something about being up during the day. I'm looking outside my window and it's gorgeous and you're getting sunlight and you just don't feel like a vampire. I don't know. But basically, when you're choosing a job, you just have to choose what's going to work for you and your personality. What do you want? You know, do you like the hustle and bustle? Do you like being up during the day? Do you like more people, or do you like it more, you know, laid back? You don't want to see a lot of people, you know, you're naturally like that nocturnal vampire. You love coffee. Like, that's going to be your avenue for nights. And of course, you want more money. Yeah, I would suggest night shift. You still can see and learn a lot on night shift. Like, a lot of new grads are worried about, like, well, am I gonna get to see this? A lot more happens during the day. No, you will have those busy shifts. You will see a lot during the night shift. Don't worry about that. You'll get there. So yeah, that's my video on, you know, different areas, night shift versus day shift. It really is know which one is better. It really depends on what you have going on for yourself, your personality, what you're looking for out of a job, and different things like that. But I will say, to end on that, if you're a new grad, I really would suggest, you know, being on the floor, being med surge, getting your 3 days a week. I wouldn't jump into like the clinic or like a 8 to 5 or anything like that. Do your time on med surge, or like whatever unit you want to. If you get whatever unit is your dream job, take it. If you get, you know, ICU, L&D, or like mother baby, or what other units, IMU, whatever you want to work, try to get that. But if you can't find it, they always need med surge nurses. Like, med surge, a lot of people like to talk down on it, but med surge, you learn so much in a year or two working on med surge. Like, there's nothing like it, I feel like. So, and do your 3 days and leave, and then you can go work at a clinic for 5 days a week if you want to. But I just feel like it's important. So yeah, those are different things about different shifts you can work and things like that. If y'all have anything to add, comment down below. If you have any questions, ask me, I'll comment back. And yeah, follow me on Instagram over here, and I look forward to making another video for y'all soon. Subscribe, like, share, all of that. Thank you to everyone that has, and y'all have a good day.